Cornfile on the back row of the grid is the only man to have started in all 100. 62 miles, 17 laps. Romano Finati looks casual on pole position on bike number 5. The championship leader alongside him. A great start from Finati again. McPhee off the second row gets a good start, 2 on 17. It's down to Cops Corner first. Mino has pushed McPhee out for a place, and one of the RBA bikes has come through to try and duff him up as well. Whoa, we're way off track at Cops. We go down towards Maggots Corner now.
Jorge Martin, Keith.
Maggots, Moore Field is next door, and then we flip-flop through to turn 4 at Beckett's. Chapel of Thomas of Beckett is nearby as we swing right now onto towards the left-hander of Chapel Curve, and then the magnificent hanger straight here, swinging left. Here we go then, Slipstream City. Romano Finati has got a great start. McPhee hasn't. He's down in 8th place.
He just slightly bogged it down getting off the line and was mugged into turn 1.
And Livio Loy's just got a big draft past McPhee, and then Bullegger's trying to get into him at Stowe. There is one from Guevara as well on the 58 bike, just got in front of the Red Bull IO machine. Oh, who's that just been pushed out wide there? Hope that wasn't McPhee. We are on to the international straight very soon. Romano Finati under pressure from the championship leader. Romano Finati runs out really wide, but really makes a bit of a blocker for Mir. Mir can't then get the drive on. Watch the 2 RBA bikes. They have been nothing short of superb over the last couple of meters. Mir, he always looks quick on that Honda, doesn't he? He blast Finati. No, he doesn't.
He doesn't.
Honda versus Honda, of course. Then you've got the 2 KTMs of the RBA bikes. That was Antonelli's got a deal, of course, next year with Paolo. Inside of 21 goes on the inside of Mino. This man out of this bunch at the moment.
I was wondering whether Finati was going to be able to do what you said, Keith, and make a break right from the start while the rest squabbled. Yeah, he's just about safe at the moment, but he's not a long way away.
I don't know how he set that pole time without much help. It really is, because really a slipstream around here on the 3 bits of straight that you need it on, particularly this one, it gives you nearly a second. Here comes Mir, but the 2-bike slingshot goes Guevara's way, and he goes 3rd, straight through to 1st. But again, Finati on that wide line sweeps around majestically. It just shows the class of Finati. If only he could stick it together every single week.
Qualifying especially.
This time, though,
he's been mugged this time.
No, he hasn't. How does he do that round the outside? Really, Guevara, you wouldn't say he was slack on the brakes, would you,
normally? One from Guevara, no, you wouldn't.
But he was, because Finati got round the outside of him.
The 2 KTMs have got in front of Mir. Proper Honda KTM battle here at the front.
Impressive stuff already from Finati to hold just Guevara back. Guevara on the KTM seems to just have that little extra performance. We'll wait and see. It's his personal performance, I think, rather. Oh, no, wobble. That's got Gabriel Rodrigo hanging on the outside there. He'll cut to the inside now.
Antonelli.
And there is Mir underneath Digi and Antonio and gets it done, but does Digi manage to get it back on the drive down to the next left? No, he doesn't.
Not quite. How's Antonelli doing? Where is he? Right there in your picture on the Red Bull bike. Has not had a top 10 finish since the first race of the year.
Down then into the very technical end of the lap. Brooklyn Suite on your right-hand side there. You saw it looks like a block of flats. It's a lovely place to view from. And there is Guevara out front from Finati in 2nd place. Rodrigo still hanging on in 3rd. Mir looking not quite the man I thought he might be in this early few laps, so whether he's keeping his powder dry for later on, I don't know, but the RBA bikes are just riding line astern. Here we go down towards Cops then. Who's it going to be? Finati again. Honda just seems to have that punch, doesn't it?
It's that drivability out of the corners, but...
Martin has got the fastest lap so far, and he's still pretty well beaten up, so keep an eye on the
11th.
88 bike.
He's just in front of John McPhee.
Tough track, this one, compared with, we know what he did from 13th to 3rd in Austria. There he is. The reason he was probably able to do that, not quite as tough a motor, not quite as tough a track as this one is. You've got to move side to side. It's all fast. You're going through the ripples and the bumps and everything else that's going to destabilise your rather sore leg and heel still.
Yes, and if he says it's sore, then it's pretty painful.
Here we go again. This time it's Johan Mir that sweeps out from under the slipstream
and there he
gets
goes.
into the... Oh, and again, Finati round the outside. Surely he cannot hold that line there. He does it near enough.
That's what...
Yeah, just stick an elbow into the backside of any man that's near to you and move him offline, and that's what Finati was attempting to do.
That was Rodrigo, who ignores the whole shooting match.
Yeah.
Fabio Gianantonio in 4th place, number 21 there. Looking frisky. Last time out, he was 6th, his best result since Magellan.
Yeah, but from the 4th row of the grid, he didn't show pace in qualifying, did he? But he's there on this much warmer day, incidentally. I think they're all running medium tyres as well. That seemed to be the tyre of choice coming to this race. We're on board with Finati. That should be feisty.
Always.
Well, I'll tell you what, though. He's done himself on the brakes there as Digi moves through, but he's got himself back underneath Digi, as he knows. Digi's got the advantage on the inside line. Finati goes back to 4th now. Next up behind Finati will be Juan Guevara on the number 58. While we look forward from the number 9. No, it is on the 58, actually. It's Digi, is it?
58 is Guevara.
Yeah, Guevara. I'm just working out who's got the camera.
19, it's
Might have been
Rodrigo.
Finati, actually.
Finati has got a camera.
And he's round the outside. Finati is phenomenal on how he turns that Honda and where he puts it on the track.
Absolutely.
It's not going forward.
And I was going to ask you earlier, you take that big fast racing line here, theoretically you're leaving a big door open, aren't you?
You would say. And that's probably why he's 4th. Oh, Mir gets great drive out of Woodcote then as they click down another lap. 14 laps to go, and Digi goes to the front. So at Cox, Digi sweeps through all the line onto the run now down towards Maggots and Beckett's. And look at that. That will give you some clue of what a trick track we're on. Big crowd here today. 75,000 people last year. It's got to be more than that. A late start in the day as well to let everybody get in somewhat casually. Nice and easy to get into Silverstone today. Don't expect it to be the same getting out. But you can go and watch Toseland, of course, because he's playing on the stage.
Ah, so he is. Yeah, he was playing in Scotland last night. That boy's working hard.
He's a worker. Mir under pressure from Digi and Antonio. The 21 bike will zigzag in the slipstream of Mir. Will he be able to outbrake Mir at the end of the straight? He's going to have to make a real effort if he's going to do it. The two RBA boys are falling over each other as Rom goes round the outside.
Of the pair of them, or tries to.
Yeah, he just likes that burn line, doesn't he? He should have been a motocrosser. He's pretty good at that as well anyway, actually.
Ben Schneider was flirting with track limits there. He likes a penalty, this bow.
Oh! Who was that who sat up in the middle? It was 88,
Antonelli.
Jorge Martin. No, it was Martin, the 88 there, had to absolutely sit up and get out the throttle. It cost him, what, 20 yards? Look at the gap back to the number 88 now from this front 4-5.
Where's McPhee leading that second pack? There's a slight split in the group. McPhee on track is 12th.
Not the early laps he would have wanted, no, for certain. Oh, and again, Juan Guevara out of control. He's going to knock his teammate off. So Juan Guevara there getting it all out of shape in 4th place. The 58 on the 19, his teammate Gabriel Rodrigo. But right now, the two steadily away at the front.
The Hondas.
Joan Mir and Fabio Di Gianantonio.
Who is
what good
looking
drive he
tidy.
got there, didn't he? But
very neat.
somehow Mir always seems to have a fast motorbike. I have yet to work out how he can consistently look like he's got a faster motorbike than everyone else. He's run it out wide, but he picks up a late apex anyway.
The engineers will tell you use of the back brake in the corner.
Well, that's keep the throttle open and use the back brake to scrub a bit of speed off. So you haven't got to wait for everything to pick up.
There speaks an old two-stroke man.
Yeah, well, that's true, but that was more from fear of seizure than than performance.
Fear's a wonderful motivator.
And again, Di Gianantonio is quickly out of the corner, but Mir still manages to stay in.
How often do you say
Out of
someone...
control, I guess they are. Went to third.
How often do you say someone's better out of a corner than Mir?
Well, DG got on the gas early there, but again, I thought Mir was going to be able to hang on to it. This is quick stuff.
It is no breakaway here at Silverstone. There aren't those slow chicanes and a single file to split them up.
Superb racing. It's a track favoured by just about all the racing paddock. They like being here.
Tom
And on
Booth,
a day like this, who's to blame them for that, door?
Tom Booth Amos up to 29th, ahead of Arenas, Cornfall and Arbolino. Jake Archer is a little tailed off, but he's out there and racing and has just done his best lap of the race.
6th and 7th battle is Romano Finati and Livio Loy, who's looking a bit more like his PR.
Yeah.
So, 19, Gabriel Rodrigo.
Last 3 races, Lawyer's gone 7th, 27th.
It did as well. Digi got through. Oh,
hello, Jorge.
Here's Jorge Martin. Well, he's carrying an injury. It hurts. It looks like it hurts. He's sat out up to 3rd last time out at the Red Bull Ring.
And was emotional, to put it mildly.
Fantastic result for him there. Jorge Martin, the man that was in with a chance of this championship, is still 4th.
Yep.
32 points behind. Is it 32 behind Canet? I think he is.
Yes, he is, Keith. And Jorge Martin, he was second in the champion at Texas, started the year with 3 podiums back-to-back.
Right then, they settled slightly, and out front is the RBA machine with Di Gianantonio picking up a perfect slipstream. Not quite a long enough straight, but his teammate comes straight underneath for third as well.
Picked up a very nice slipstream, did he not?
Got past Joan Mir. And there is Jorge Martin. You've got to say, with Martin, he ended up in warm-up this morning top man.
Yep.
He's looked, even though he did only a few laps, he went straight to the top of the timing sheet.
It's like you say, he's saving the effort. He says, the pain is getting worse, poor lad, not better, and he saves the effort and the strength he has.
What a field we've got here. It's absolutely cut and thrust. They all got away from it. Jorge Martin was making a pass, and someone made a pass on him as well.
That's Messiah.
It is Messiah down in the dirt. So Jaume Messiah, deputising for Darren Binder, is out of the race. But he has a 2-year contract signed up for Clacton Bay.
I shall quote somebody else's joke on Twitter. He's not the Messiah, he's a very naughty boy. Thank you, Monty Python fans.
Oh, yeah.
It's landed. It's landed.
I did it for effect. No, I didn't. The radar for some considerable time this weekend. No, 44 Canet I was thinking of.
I was looking at his teammate.
There's Atarat Puvapat, the tie on the back of the bunch on 41. Then Adam Norridin on 7. There's Di Antonio. So alongside Jakob Kornfeil, the man that started all 100 Moto3 races. The only man to have done it.
Back to 19th place, Fabio.
Yeah, that's going to be hard work from there.
You're not kidding.
Oh, mind you, it'll be good spectator sport. Oh, Julian, into maggots. 3 abreast. It's very rare you see them all come out the other side of that kind of thing. Livio Loy sitting up. What a cracking Moto3 race, folks. What a way to open the British Grand Prix. And isn't that nice grass cutting? I've just noticed.
Yeah, very neat. Silverstone is looking fantastic this weekend.
Right. 2 or 3 motorcycles trying to find a slipstream. They're sticking to the inside, the dirty part of the track. Livio Loy is just taking the more direct route down towards Stowe Corner. But it is Juan Fran Guevara in front of Joan Mir as we drop into this really, really tight little complex before we go on to the international straight.
Tom Boothame was up to 25th, right in the fight, tailing Toba now.
Through turn 10, that's Club Corner onto the international straight, down towards Abbey they fly now.
Which is the replay of turn 7, and that's Fabio going right.
I mean, it's there's a lot of tarmac here at Silverstone, there's a lot of everything here at Silverstone. It's just a massive, great place. But he's given himself some work, and that gives you a real depiction of how much.
It's almost
Don't
worked.
write him off, though.
Indeed, it's worked to even get...
Wildcard Brits. Archer is in 32nd place. And Booth Amos is 25th. I tell you what, 7... Booth Amos. And that, for me, I don't think you've got to look at the place where he's at. I think you've got to look at the times. That's what makes sense to me.
He's running good pace as well. That's the point. Oh, that was tight, put it mildly.
Tight? It was impossible.
Yeah, Booth Amos and Archer and their team have been a credit.
Came here off Pirellis onto Dunlops. Remember, they're not used to running Dunlop tyres on their motorcycle. That meant a lot of setup that they had to do when they got here just to make the adjustments, not to mention the pace that they're pushing their bikes at, probably beyond anything they've done before so far. Because when you're racing in Grand Prix, I can speak from experience, because it doesn't even matter what era you're in, you've really got to pick up your pace. Look at this. I thought Jorge Martin was going to make
mincemeat of somebody.
He was up the inside, but he just took a discretionary route and sat back in 4th place, and that, believe me, was the most sensible. This is Chapel. You can see how they've made the corner a little slower onto the hanger straight for motorbikes. Just purely and simply because you need to. Look at Lloyd chasing Mir down that white line. Look, he's the other side of the white line. That's 145 mile an hour, even on a Moto3 bike at the end of the hanger straight.
And he slots in just about... No, he does not. I thought he got 3rd. He's going to be unlucky to still hang on to 4th.
This reminds me more of a bunch of Spitfires. I'm not sure about Moto3. Synchronised flying through this 3.66 mile Silverstone track. Now McPhee's in 15th. Here we go again. Jorge Martin. I'm going to stick my neck out and say Jorge Martin looks like the man of this race for me. If he doesn't tire.
Never won a race in this.
Still trying to. Still deserves to. Massively.
Oh. Pole position, king at the start of the season with that very, very nasty injury.
And if he can push Mir back far enough, this could be a big day and a bit of a championship changer. Mir has a 64-point lead over Romano Finati, but mainly because everyone behind him has been tripping each other up.
Put the flag out now, and it's a 67-point lead, I think they said. Oh, that was a lap ago, but Hello.
Uh-oh, Maria Herrera's 3-second time penalty. That's for doing what she did and she shouldn't.
What will that do to her? That'll put her back behind Paul.
And she's got a 3-second penalty because she carried too much speed through there. She rolled it off a little bit.
Should have got away with it.
And being just, I think, a second slower than her normal time, she wouldn't have got a penalty.
Finati back to the front.
Incredible. And suddenly Canet's 6th.
And Guevara and Rodrigo still pressing the front group. Martin 3rd. Was that Fabio? No, of course it's not Fabio. That's Martin.
I tell you what's frightening through that turn 8-9. This 8-9 where we are now, and then on to 10, which is Club. Club used to be a really fast corner. Still pretty fast because you're under gas all the way. And I tell you what, you get too much of that, and that is going to be a penalty as well for somebody that runs right out on the green stuff. They will be told to go behind the rider. Oh, Romano Finati made that look silly easy, and it isn't.
And he does this, doesn't he? There are times when he looks like the best you've seen.
Jorge Martin up under one from Guevara as well, so Romano Finati. And then he goes straight at Romano Finati, and it would have been. Blimey, Jules.
That camera angle scared the living daylights out of me.
Welcome to Silverstone. Welcome to our opening race of the day.
Watch McPhee, Keith. He does not get off the line well.
Slack as. What was he looking at? He's gone backwards. Look, he's already 7th. He's going to be 8th in a minute. Oh,
we've got a bump as well.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't him that ran off. It was McPhee batting that guy off onto the
There's John
cops.
in the white leathers.
Just got it properly bogged down, didn't he? And we could be on board with the man that's about to get a shove out.
I think we are.
There we go. To be fair to McPhee, he had to pick it up because he had the Sepang International Circuit bike underneath him. So not McPhee's fault, just circumstances. Back at the front.
Jorge.
With Romano Finati. 88 versus number 5. Yeah, tag on behind me. No chance
for him.
And he's already gone by him as we head down towards Maggots.
What a race.
What a section this is in any circuit anywhere in the world.
It's worth remembering, in amongst the Silverstone versus Donington debate amongst bike fans, this place provides epic racing.
Well, it's always been your theory, hasn't it? Long, fast races always make for great racing, and the reason is because no one can get away.
Yep.
Who's it going to be? It's going to be down to Trackcraft. At the end of this race, we have 7.5 laps to go. Jorge Martin hits the front again. One from Guevara trying to follow through. Tell you what, Romano's going stage left in a minute.
Somebody's going to give him the elbow. It happened in Austria.
He's going to get the elbow off the track, and that's going to wreck his race. He puts himself in a vulnerable position all the time on the outside of some very fast men. And before long, he's going to get nerfed right across the inside.
And some men who wouldn't care to give him the elbow. He did it in Austria. He was with the leaders, ended up 13th. Ran on at turn 3 with the help of somebody else.
Great study of Joan Mir there on the number 36 Leopard Racing coloured blue bike. But Jorge Martin, with as much as a lead of anyone we've seen so far in this race, 17 laps.
There will be some very happy people if Jorge Martin finally breaks his duck, Keith.
And gets that win.
Yeah, and I'll be one of those happy people. I'm sure you are as well.
Well, yeah, I'll join you if you don't mind.
You are, I think, allowed. Booth Amos, 24th now. But he's got 6 seconds of empty tarmac in front of him up to Bagliani, and he's got the small matter of Albert Arenas harassing him.
Still can't ride off Joan Mir, aiming to win his 8th race of the season, and it would make him the first rider to achieve that since the introduction of Moto3. Ooh. If he does it. But I tell you what, no race has been harder to do that too than this one.
Only 8 laps to go.
There is Jeremy McWilliams, one of the main
moment, a little worried being out of a point scoring position.
Kaito Toba has gone down. He went down in warm-up this morning. He's out of the race now. I wonder if that's any consequence of a damaged motorcycle.
Livio Lloyd.
Right up the inside. Look how quick they change direction from one side to the other. That kills you.
Basically, and it's painful.
Very painful indeed. But I'll tell you what, you wouldn't guess it. Adrenaline is a wonderful drug. Here comes Loy again. Loy's usually the man that's looking for a big toe, but he's taken the more direct route down towards Stowe, and he slips into what? 4th place, as it's surely going to be.
He can't do the outside line like Finati can, but he gets in Finati's way there.
So, Guevara from... I'll hold my breath for a moment.
Yeah,
it is still Rodrigo, but I thought it was going to be Jorge Martin. So, Guevara...
The RBA team.
Again.
Absolutely, again.
Mir, the championship leader, getting pushed further and further back. Is that Digi that's rejoined?
Can't be, can it? It is.
Yeah, I thought it was.
It is.
So Digi has come back to play. He's come back from 17th place. Now then, Joan Mir ran off the track. What turn was that? 6? There's 2 places where you're almost guaranteed a penalty. Let's have another look. Jorge Martin slides in there. Loy's there. There's Romano Finati trying to snatch another gear to get the best place he can. He's in 5th at the moment, Finati. Then there's Canet, then it's Digi Antonio.
But Finati did what you said. He got held up by Loy round the outside and blocked out. And his normal run around the outside to first or second was thwarted.
Who's your money on, ladies and gentlemen? At BT Sport MotoGP. Get on the Twitter handle and let's have a go at this, because this is anybody's race out of the front 8 here, maybe 10, because Bo Benschneider's now come to join the gang again as well on the 64, the Red Bull IO machine at the back of that bunch you're looking at there. Unbelievable, but right out front again, Gabby Rodrigo, the star Argentine, out front. Look at the drive that Jorge Martin got out of Woodcote corner on that Honda, and Loy follows him through. So Loy, the young Belgian, is actually performing, as I said earlier, like his PR. Fantastic. No one will be happier than me if Loy hits the front, and he does. Livio Loy. Well, we've always liked the kid, but we've always thought his race pace has been a bit suspect.
He's been totally inconsistent. Totally.
Well, he's looking pretty good here at Silverstone.
This is the upswing here, right here.
Unbelievable and fantastic all in one thing. What a race, what a race. Livio Loy, come on, young man, on that number 11. I'm rooting for Belgium.
Canet looking very tasty in 4th place. Back into the inside of Rodrigo.
Gets Loy.
Whoa, Finati.
Again. He can't keep doing it. He's just going to get nerfed off.
Somebody's not going to see him coming.
Bastianini's on 33. 65, Philip Ertl has started to come to play. And in amongst that lot, the 41, Atarapuvapat, the Thai, is right there as well. He snuck up to 12.
He has. What an impressive and improved rider the young Thai is.
Ramirez is behind him. Mino's behind him. Suzuki's behind him. McPhee, Antonelli, Bulega. So the young Thai here, and this racetrack, believe me, is nothing like they have in Thailand.
Antonelli, who I thought was going to threaten at the front in the opening laps, dropped out of the points now.
Canet. Oh, that was a nice move. He managed to just skid at that thing underneath Gabriel Rodrigo.
He does have pace late in a race, does Aaron Canet?
Well, we have 5.5 laps to go. Finati.
Championship position caption changing by the corner. That's one for on the car park route, and he tries to have a big crash coming back on.
Yeah, you don't want to be near that bridge, that's for sure. So Juan Franco-Vera is getting in a little too excited there. Still Jorge Martin out front, probably with the most to gain if he could just get this 25 points in the bag.
Yes.
Because Mir is so far down. Mir is in 9th place.
Mir is going to lose a few points from his championship lead.
Have another look at this. Just stayed with it. Yeah. Matthew Casey on the left-hand side. He's seen it all. Doesn't get emotional, does he? But everyone else is fainting.
Rightly.
Here we go. More into Maggots.
Getting a bit of a break now, Keith.
Down towards Beckett we go. And then Chappell, the last left-hander, onto the hanger straight. Everybody lining themselves up with 4.5 lap corner if you get it wrong there. As we saw earlier on, if you were with us in warm-up, when Folger went off there.
Finati well out of bounds there.
4 abreast into this little 8 and 9, turns 8 and 9. Oh, there's one down. Lost the front end. Don't know who it was, but I'm sure there was one down, or was that my eyesight gone mad? Pass. Either way, Canet still out front. McPhee, 12th now. Has he got something late on in this race?
It was a crash, Keith. It was a crash. You're right, Marcos Ramirez.
I wonder if McPhee has got something left. You know what he's like? He's a proper schemer, that young Scot, and he can make it work late in a race as well. As around the outside goes the RBA bike of Gabriel Rodrigo. Finati's still there. Jorge Martin getting a bit of RBA treatment. And Martin goes back to 4th place. It's Canet now. Do you remember Texas? How quick Canet was above everyone else on his own on a fast track 20. It was Ramirez, confirmed then. Thought I saw someone exit stage right.
You're right, McPhee in 12th, as you can see.
Look. Oh, Jorge Martin up into Maggots. You've got to get that so right, Jules, because if you don't,
You
going
are
over the grass.
Yeah, and he did that beautifully. There is
Well,
Marcus.
he's perfectly okay. That's good to see. The other Platinum Bay real estate man, of course, when that's both of them down and out now.
Macia's hit the deck earlier
already, so not a great day for them in the end.
It did.
He's going to get bullied now, though.
Have to tell you, Jake Archer has retired. He's gone up pit lane.
The 17-year-old Brit is out. Loy on the brakes. It's Canet that's there in second place. Loy's got mired right in the middle of them, back into, what, 5th place now for Livio Loy.
Booth Amos is still going in 23rd, and he's got some serious company.
I wonder if he'll hang on to that. Well, he won't hang on to it if he does that too often, because race direction will make him go Finati.
Antonelli is to drop 1 position. He's back in 17th anyway.
That's because he's going on the green stuff and taking unfair advantage of the track limits, and that's why he's been pushed back a place. It comes up on his dashboard. He'll know. Here comes Aaron Canet, but it's going to be Jorge Martin again. He's a tough guy on the brakes, Martin, and he's going to need to be as we close down. We're coming round now with 3 laps to go very soon. And great cameras from up high. This is really good stuff. So there is the entrance to pit lane as they ask for full power.
Gavin reports from pit lane, Jake Archer was just losing power all the time.
There is Jake Archer in the BT box, and we continue at Cops Corner with less than 3 laps to go of the British Moto3 Grand Prix. Out front, Jorge Martin, but under a lot of pressure from Aaron Canet, and then right with them, Gabby Rodrigo. He slid through into second place, but I think Canet's going to have a go straight back at it. We have someone else going straight on.
Somebody did. Gabby Rodrigo, by the way, has never stood on the podium. Fabio again.
Fabio Di Gianantonio. That's his race done, by the way. He's never going to make it back from there.
He's done it.
Lloyd just jinked to the inside, and Gabby Rodrigo's been pushed out for Finati again. Sweeps round the outside on bike number 5. He follows through in 3rd place.
Fantastic stuff.
Loy up the inside. This is going to get tricky as we get into turn 8. Sorry, Jules, and it was only tricky for Loy.
It was in
the end.
McPhee started to make a bit of progress.
Well, he's back in 13th now, so that's progress. That's going back a place.
My eyes were deceiving me.
I'm still looking at Ben Snyder on 64. The big Dutchman just swings out wide. There's McPhee behind Mino. Bit of work to do, but I think McPhee's capable of it as Canet retakes that 2nd place from Finati. But Jorge Martin, he is the consistent man at the front on the 88 machine at the moment.
Rodrigo very wide there.
The Del Conca Gresini Moto3 Honda, though, has looked pretty dominant out front. Jorge Martin, can he get this done? Can he win his first Grand Prix?
He deserves it, Keith. But, hey, we know what this sport is like. The deserving don't always get. They're just desserts, do they? That's an absolute fact, without any doubt at all. Jorge Martin only qualified in 9th place, back on the 3rd row of the grid. But Aaron Canet, who is the next man along, he only qualified in 17th. To the end of another lap. We're on the national straight here. We use the pits that we've always used here at Silverstone, not that Formula 1 wing round the back. All the atmosphere, all the action is right in your face on the national straight. This is Cops Corner again. Romano Finati, the brave, goes round the outside. We have 2 laps to go. The penultimate lap is going to be a real battle here for everyone to position themselves for that last 3.366 mile track. Rodrigo scares the living daylights out of me with his line there, and then chopping back into the pack. It's Loy that worries me. He's pushing his luck on a few corners, and especially down at turn 8 and 9 before you get towards Club Corner. Watch out for Livio Loy on bike number 11. He's light and he's feisty, I should say. Fasty. He's a bit fasty as well. He is now. Look at big that. Drag down the hanger straight. Oh, they nearly come together in the braking area. Has that done for Loy? He got pushed out a little bit there. It certainly has. Through have gone 5 motorcycles. So Loy now will be looking to try and do something up into turn 8 and 9. We're there now in the braking area. Look at this. They fan out trying to bully each other on a wide line. It is still, though, Canet that's out front. I think it's Canet or it's Bastianini. No, it's Bastianini. Sorry, it's the other Estrella Galizia boys. The Estrella Galizia boys 1 and 2. Canet and Bastianini. With a bit of a break on, Kate. They slipstream their way to the front. Canet then overtakes his main rival, which is his teammate. Always, that is the case. Canet now has the performance, but we've got a lap and a quarter to go yet. Mir is back in, what, 8th over the line? Mir, I don't think we need to talk too much about Mir. That's a bad move. That's Guevara. Yeah, and that's wrecked him, hasn't it? I thought he was
was going to T-bone the Red Bull bike then.
Ben Schneider.
And he's a bit to move. He's
Yeah, you would want to try and move him off the line.
But it's Canet from Bastianini. Bastianini, where's he come from on the grid? Bastianini, he's been back in, what, 5th rate pretty much here at Silverstone. Oh, down.
Was
big
that Ben
style.
Schneider?
Was a big, it looked like a Red Bull bike, so it's got to be, hasn't it? Yeah, it is, because I can't see him there. Ben Schneider's gone. So, Guevara was in a bit of a mess as well earlier on as he pushed his luck. Anyway, last lap time, Julian. Last lap, here we go. Slipstream City now. Jorge Martin has left it to Copse. He's come through on the 88 bike, forcing his way through. Gabby Martin as well. Gabriel has come through. Gabriel Rodrigo has come through behind Martin. And they go down towards Beckett's. Has anybody got anything for them, I wonder? If anybody has, it could be Canet and Bastianini. The teammates line up side by side. Loy is still there on the 11 as well. Finati on the 5. And 36 Mir, the championship leader, has come to play too. Then it's Mino on 16. 65 Ertl being duffed up by, must be...
Fabio?
Digi Antonio, of course it is. The 21 machine is right in there. Thanks, Jules. It's Gabriel Rodrigo that leads. The Argentine comes down the hanger straight now for the last time.
Red flag. I'm seeing red flag.
Red flag indeed.
So that must be the Guevara
incident.
The Guevara and Ben Schneider.
Schneider, yeah. So red flag time, hands in the air. Well, we'll take a moment to... There is Bo walking away. Juan Guevara found himself out of sequence, out of place, purely and simply because he pushed himself off the track earlier. And I think Canet realises that he led over the line last time. And
that's who we have.
Well, I'm not sure. Do you know, I'm not sure it wasn't Bastianini.
Well, at the end of the 16th lap, it was Canet.
Which is 17. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Let's wait and see. We'll wait for official.
I think we should do.
Because there will be a few places that changed in that last lap that we can't keep on top of. Race completed after 16 full laps, so it is Aaron Canet for Enea Bastianini. What a day for Estrella Galicia. Brilliant stuff for them. Jorge Martin gets himself, 16 points for 3rd place. Gabby Rodrigo in 4th place.
Did you see Jorge Martin there going straight to his right heel, undoing his boot?
Well, you might expect that, that's for sure, because he's worked really hard. He's worked that harder than he ought to have to. Mir, in the end, 5th from his teammate Livio Loy, 6th. Finati ends up just 7th. Mir and his teammate Livio Loy, who actually looked like he was worth the money.
He did. John McPhee will be classified in 13th place, not where he would want to be from 4th on the grid, to put it mildly.
Yeah, then Sasaki and Atarapuvapak bringing up the final point-scoring positions. Emilio Altamora we're looking at here in the Estrella Galicia team. He's been there, done that, but I've got to say, when it's a 1-2, Shuhei Nakamoto there, now working for Dorna, walking through, the ex-HRC boss.
A shout for Tatsuki Suzuki again, Keith, the young Japanese on the 658 team in 11th, followed by Norodin. There's a couple of young men who have really improved this year.
Yeah. That's a fact. The Sepang International Circuit, was it? Oh no, not Suzuki. Sorry, I was thinking Sasaki.
He's 658.
Yeah.
And you have...
Who will be joined by Antonelli next year. Mind you, they end up half the time battling with each other anyway. Now they're in the same team next year.
How nice to see Bastianini, who hasn't been near the podium this year, Keith. A couple of 4th places maybe he has, but you know what I mean. In terms of overall form, he has been out of the picture, and he gets... Oh, dear me, don't go too near that man. He only ended up 7th.
Hey.
Yeah.
That's very Italian. I'll tell you what, though, you've got to feel for Jorge Martin, all that effort. And he's got another 3rd. He went from 13th to 3rd in the Red Bull Ring. And now he's just got himself another 3rd place when you're as injured as he is, but he still hasn't won his first Grand Prix.
And he was looking like a man with a plan there to me as well. And about you, is, I'm afraid, the medical cars, and we're working on Juan Guevara, who went down in a big heap with Bo Benschneider.
Trouble is, when you get bikes and bodies all hooked up together, it's
never nice.
It's always a bit of a snag, that's for certain. Surprising what you can get away with sometimes.
It is. Bo Benschneider walked away from that incident. There's Tom Booth Amos in the BT box. He is classified as a fantastic 21st. Only 15 seconds behind the winner.
Yeah, but look who's behind him. Jules
Danilo, Arbolino, Cornfile, Arenas.
Arenas is injured because he copped a big one on Wild in the warm-up this morning. Polkanen, the youngest man in the race at 16.
And also Maria Herrera, she copped a 3-second penalty.
Let's have a look at this then. See if there's any... Oh, yeah, they got tagged, didn't they?
I'm thinking that poor Wanfran has been knocked out there.
Well, we'll keep our fingers crossed, as I'm sure you all are at home at the moment, but a cracking opening race. I hope you agree. I'm sure you'll agree. But over the line at the end of the 16th lap, it would have been Canet. Only just, though. Canet from Bastianini from Jorge Marti.
No wonder we couldn't remember who was first over the line on the 16th.
Couldn't possibly see it. A red flag then, the result from the end of lap 16 of this 17-lap race.
I'm seeing the fastest lap of the race. I'm assuming there wasn't a course cut, Keith. Sasaki on the last lap.
I bet they're all within hundredths of each other, though.
Yeah, all in the low 14s, every one of them.
Pretty impressive. What a way to open the day. So